Hi folks, Lou here to talk about a subject that is probably quite familiar to people who have designed games for a while, but may not be to people who are thinking about designing games or just starting out. And that's the big difference between a linear dice result and a curved dice result. It applies both to video games where the computer rolls the dice and to tabletop games where a person rolls the dice. In some cases, you'll want to use one of these, and in some cases, you'll want to use the other. Now, I remember when I first got back into game design after being away for 20 years, I bought a copy of Settlers of Catan to see what all the hoorah was about for that game. And I was impressed that it included two sets of rules, one simpler to sort of introduce people, and also included a table that showed the odds of getting particular numbers when you rolled two dice and added them together. That's a curved result. Because a lot of people don't understand the difference between a curved result and a linear result. A linear result would be where you roll a die, whether it's D6, D8 or whatever, and the chance of a particular result coming up is governed by the number of sides on the dice. So if it's a D6, you have one chance of getting a 1, one chance of getting a 2, one chance of getting a 3, and so on out of 6 chances. But if you roll two dice and add them together, then the chances are not equal. In fact, the chance of getting a 2 in that situation is 1 in 36, and the same chance for getting a 12. Whereas the chance of getting a 7 is 6 in 36, so it's 6 times as likely as a 2 or a 12. And the numbers in between go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in Catan, where you roll dice to see where the resources turn up, a place that has a 7 on it is more likely to get a resource than a place that has a 4 on it. 6 chances out of 36 for the 7, and for the 4, 3 chances out of 36. Now, you can think that sometimes you want the linear result and sometimes you want the curved result. For example, when I have designed a 2-player game and I want to have a solo version, I don't want to put in a deck of cards as I would with a cooperative game because that's expensive. There are probably already dice in the game, and so I would want to use a dice table. But a dice table that's linear, 1 through 6 or even 1 through 8 or 1 through 10, does not give enough possibilities and does not vary them enough. So I use 2 dice that are added together, and then I know that, for example, the chance of getting a 6 is 5 chances out of 36. And that's a lot more likely than the chances of getting a 12. And so I can incorporate that into the results. Now, this is not a huge deal, but it's something that makes a difference, a significant difference. And you as a designer might be aware that some people don't understand the difference between linear and curved, and so you probably want to avoid using curved unless there are really good reasons for it, because some people will not understand what's going on. Thanks for listening.